everybody, welcome back to the channel. Happy May the 4th be with you, or as we like to call it, May the Air 3.0 be with you forever. Anyway, last night, CG decided to finally launch the new Krayt Dragon Raid. So I played around with it a little bit on my account. I recorded some footage, and I'll kind of show you guys, what that looks like, some of the teams that I was messing around with. And then if BlueStacks is working, maybe we'll hop into the game and just kind of see the different options um, that you can mess with there. So first is I gave it a go. I watched a little bit of the stream that Crom and Meathead were on. So I got a little bit, I guess, tips on how this raid goes. But since I have Java, that was the main team I was going to use. I could, most of my characters here are Relic 7 or Relic 6, so the Relic 5 difficulty is the one that I chose here for Krayt Dragon, so we're going to kind of see how that plays out. Again, I tried a few different things. This one I took Boba in, but basically if you haven't played the Krayt Dragon Raid, if you haven't seen it, um, he'll come out here, he'll debuff, spread debuffs on you, lots of debuffs. He starts getting, this thing that has the status effect called Defiance, which is the first little blue box with the number 4. He gets stacks of that. Eventually, he'll swallow one of your characters, and then in order to get them out so they can actually come back, if you remove all of these stacks of Defiance. So to do that, you have a granted ability, this, Ballista. So there he goes. He swallowed Chrysanthemum. You have a granted ability Ballista, and you also have this granted ability for the Dynamite. Basically, the Dynamite, you want to save that so when he burrows his head, you can get him back out. But the Ballista, I use it here. So it goes from 41 stacks of Defiance down to 11. The way to get the rest of these down is basically you need to inflict certain debuffs, which, again, this team that I have here with Jabba, they're not debuff heavy, so once someone gets swallowed, it's really, near impossible to get them back. But anyway, we're just gonna keep loading him up with thermals. I have 38 stacked here. I'm already at 1 million points and basically a 1 million damage. To max this Relic 5 phase, you need 1.2. So um, it's pretty easy with Java, to be honest with you. And see here, he's burrowed. He has bonus protection. You want to basically get him up before he gets a turn. Otherwise, he's going to start one-shotting people, which we did. Chrysanthemum is gone. Now there's no way to pull him back, even if I get these stacks of Defiance down. But anyway, we're gonna he swallowed everyone. You see, he's enraged. But we're gonna use the Rancor, and that's going to give us the 1.2. So I think I tried it. Again with Java, we'll see. It's pretty interesting. The cool thing about this new raid system is you don't have to run it on airplane mode and just force quit and back out. It gives you the option to basically accept or submit your results. So 1.2, to discard and retry, or discard and exit. Basically, exit means you exit the raid screens. Discard and retry means you just go back and you can kind of choose your team again. So I wanted to try a few different things, so I just discarded it. I mean, that was essentially my first run, and I maxed out the Relic 5. Here you can choose different difficulties, so you can choose, the basic one, which you need, 5-star characters. The next level you need, so this 1.5, level 1, you need gear 12 characters. So my Mandos, I only have a gear 12 Maul because I just unlocked him. And then I have basically a Relic 1 Mando. The rest are all above Relic 5. So I wanted to just try this out. But one difference you can see is my max for this level 1 is 450,000. So before at Relic 5, 1.2 is the max points you can get with each run. Now at this level 1.5 is 450K. So just gonna see how this works. The Mandos can do a bit more debuffs to take off the stacks of Defiance. Obviously, they're not going to do near as much damage as Jabba's team was doing or Hut Cartel, but Django actually does pretty well, especially because when they're debuffed, he double taps, so he's getting like 40,000 damage per hit. So Django's pretty key here. Maul's not really, at gear 12 especially, he's not doing much. So I think in some further runs, I swapped Maul out for Canderous, who I think will be key. And I think here I'm running. I can't remember what I chose, if I did Maul lead or if I did Mando, Beskar Mando lead. But anyway, so here we try to get these stacks of Defiance down. We did with one Ballista shot, so then Beskar Mando came back. But anyway, we're just going to keep on trying to do some damage here. A bit slower because I'm not stacking the thermals. These guys don't put out as much damage as the Hut Cartel team, as the Jabba team. No need to. So you see there's like two stacks of dynamite now. It usually starts with three. Once you destroy a stack, then you can place more. So this is one of the granted abilities. So again, you want to make sure you have them ready for when he burrows. Um, Basically, this team, if he does burrow, I think you can pretty much take out a stack of five pieces of dynamite in one attack. So he should stand up pretty quick here. But again, pretty slow. We can just kind of speed through this. These guys don't put out a lot of damage, but there he goes. He burrowed. We took out some dynamite, but we don't have any up anymore, so we lay some more, and then we'll try to take it out here so we can get him to come up before he gets a turn. Otherwise, he becomes super dangerous. And I guess you can also just attack directly, but usually the stacks of dynamite will do more damage. And we'll just do this over and over with Maul, destroy it, and here he comes. So again, no real damage here. Like your guys Mandos are gaining turn meter. Um, if we pause it here, you see there's this little percentage by his ability, so 86%. So basically that's the enraged meter. So once the Krayt Dragon gets to 100%, he starts one-shotting people. So you basically need to finish your attacks before that happens. We're at 86%, 300K. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. We're going to get to 100%. We're still don't quite have our max damage output. Again, this is the max level that I could enter with these guys because I'm restricted with the Gear 12 Maul. But the cool thing is, like, even if you don't have all of these teams up to rally levels, you can at least try the raid, see how it goes with even below Gear 12. Put up some damage. I mean, if your guild is running this, you need to at least put up some damage to get the guild track rewards. We might have to do another video on the reward payout because it seems like it's going to be a huge hit versus what most guilds, even above 300 million, were getting with all the raids they were running. So there we go. We did the 450K. Again, these guys were never in any danger as at that low gear. Obviously, the higher difficulty, you need to put your damage output much higher before you start getting hit, but you can also score more points. So like I was saying, there's a guild track for completing the raid, or not even completing, just like getting his kind of like conquest is a sliding scale. So the further you guys progress, the more damage your guild does overall, you'll get higher rewards. There's a personal track where as you put out damage, you can collect those boxes for the different guild activity or guild tokens. But from how I see it, it looks like it's going to be a pretty big hit for most people. Again, anybody over 300 million guild was getting pretty good rewards from all the different raids every week, multiple times per week. So I think this will be a hit for them. Maybe the highest of the high guilds, it'll be better because now you can buy some things like impulse detectors, droid brains with these MK3 tokens. But things like arrow mags that most people were getting at least seven per week on CPIT that was just farmed by most guilds. You need MK3 tokens now for that. You need to get at least 130 million damage by the guild to get anything close to that. So I think it's going to be a pretty big hit for most people. So yeah, sorry, this run, again, same, but we swapped out Maul, we put in Canderous. I think it's pretty much goes the same. Like, your guys gain these Mandos. They gain so much turn meter, which I think CG already announced they're gonna fix. So apparently, Beskar Mando lead is giving away too much turn meter. So that nerf is incoming after half a day of this being live. But yeah, as you can see, like we're gonna get to the 450 damage on this level when he's right around 90%, less than 90% of the enrage. So pretty easy to max that out. There we go. Beat it again. Um, let's try with. So then I said, okay, well, you can use, obviously, you can use Hot Cartel, you can use Mandalorians, you can use Tuskens, you can use Jawas, and you can use Old Republic. So, Old Republic, again, I just relooked my Bastila. She's only R0, so I have Bastila, Jedi Knight Revan, Jolie, both R5, and then Gear 12, Juhani, Gear 12, Zalbar. So I wanted to kind of see how this went. Again, I'm pegged to this level one, so 450k max damage I can put out. But anyway, Jedi Knight Revan does quite a bit of damage when he goes. So basically, call him to assist when you can. I made a few mistakes here. You can obviously cleanse your debuffs. Um, but okay, so he swallowed Zalbar, so we can shoot the ballista. Should be able to clear all 24 stacks of Defiance, get Zalbar back, and just keep kind of going to work here again. Um, no real damage. You can heal back. We're at 400k, right around the 90%. So pretty similar to Mando's here. Again, I think at this level, most people should be able to, if you have these teams, which if you've been playing for any amount of time, really you should have Jedi Knight Revan. You can max this out. So that's 450. So that's three squads that I showed. So one is the full Jabba team at the Relic 5, 1.2 million. And then I did 450k on with Mando's 450k with JKR, so 900k. So that's 2.1 million. And then um, don't have a don't have a video here, but let's see if we can get into BlueStacks if it works. Let's see. But yeah, then I just kind of threw like the rest of the Hut Cartel characters I have. So Greedo, Cad Bane, Mob Enforcer, Imbo, Gamorrean Guard. I don't know. I think I did like 100k. So damage is damage. It's not going to be a lot of damage output with those guys, but damage is damage. So again, I think we need to see how the rewards play out and really like how far guilds can get with this. But anyway, the raids are up for 3 days. So the guild has 3 days basically to do as much damage as they can. You have 5 attempts that you can do. Obviously, there's 5 different factions you can use. Some of those, if you have them all built up, you can probably split into 2. And then the various levels of difficulty. So we'll look at that when we get into the game here, hopefully. Let's see. So the different levels of difficulty obviously then it allows for you to do higher damage and score more points. So let's see if this will work or not work today. Yeah. Probably going to take a while to update, but let's see. So I think you can choose just like the default, which, again, you need, I think, minimum 5-star characters for those factions. Then the next level is you need Gear 12. So obviously you need 7-star characters. The next level is Gear 13. Then I think there's Relic 1, Relic 3, Relic 5. And the last one is Relic 7, I believe. So those are the different levels. I think I think at the highest is 2.5 million, 2.6 million or something, the damage cap that you can do. Um, let's see, it's updating pretty fast, so we should be good to go here. Anyway, I think it's the concept of this raid is really cool. Like I like it. I like the animations. I like that they kind of limit the factions. It really does open up for more raids to be added, faction specific. Really, I'm just worried that they say that the rewards that we're getting should be no less than what we were getting before. Again, people were running the Rancor raid, simming it 3 times per week. They were simming the heroic AAT raid 2 times per week. They were doing, the heroic Sith raid probably twice per week or twice every week and a half. And if people were hitting that, they were getting top 10 rewards, which were quite good. Sometimes fully crafted gear 12 pieces. And then they had CPIT as well, probably once a week, which again was getting good gear, which was getting guild event token currency. You were getting the arrow mags needed for Relic 8. So lots of things that really add up. And this one, you're just getting MK1, MK2, MK3 tokens, which you can then go to the store and buy what you need, which I think, again, is a good concept to be able to buy the specific things you need. At the same time, it was kind of like nice just passively having this gear, and it was, you didn't really have to worry about it. You just had it there. But I really do feel, especially what people were getting on Heroic Sith, is going to be a lot less than they're getting now, unless you're maybe a high-end guild and you get enough of the MK3 tokens to buy Gear 12 pieces. The cool thing is again, in this store, you can buy Relic 9 mats, you can buy the Impulse Detector, so that will help out. But again, you need to be a high enough guild that's completing this. Even my guild, 370 million GP. We only have 6 Java teams. So, we're going to have like 6 or 7 people that are going to be getting more than 2 million points on this on their personal track. So for a guild to get to the 130 million which is really kind of the minimum I think you need to run this, is a stretch, because that's like 2.5 million basically per guild member. And again, I have one team that can be fully utilized, another team that will be close, but let's say that I have my Mandos up, I'm going to be like capping out around 3 million, which is just over the minimum, and that's someone that has Java, that has Mando. So I think it's going to be a tough one for most guilds to decide how they handle this. Probably they're going to have to go back to Heroic Sith, which again it's not really fun because everybody has done Heroic Sith for many years. So we'll see. We'll wait for the math nerds to do all the math on what everyone was getting on the old reward system versus this new one. But how I see it now, most likely most guilds or most players are going to be getting a lot less unless you have a Java heavy focused guild. So anyway, I don't think this is going to work today. I have a lot of updates to do, so we'll look at the store on the next video. But thanks for watching. Please do remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave comments below. Thanks.